Hello, everyone, and welcome to Niche Sports. It's a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday if you're a football lover because we have the qualification round of India versus Afghanistan for the 2022 FIFA World Cup and as well as the 2023 Asia Cup. But also, we've got Euro 2020 action. Finally, as I like to say it, Euro 2020 is actually starting today because Portugal, the defending champions, are going to start their campaign in the group of death with a game against Hungary. And later at night, we've got another blockbuster, which is France versus Germany. Whew. Now that's taken a lot of my breath out, and I've got Akash joining me as usual. And Akash today is wearing an Indian jersey, but it's a cricket jersey that he's wearing. Akash, latest updates you can give us from the India Afghanistan game and also your analysis, please.
Thanks a lot, Nishad. So India right now are playing Afghanistan and they are drawing the game 1-all. We are in the 90th minute. We're very close to qualifying for the third round of the qualifiers for the AFC Cup. And in fact, the goals that were scored in the game, both goals were scored by Afghanistan. One of them was an own goal, and the other one was scored by Zamani in the 82nd minute. So I'm just hoping that we pull this one through and then we will qualify for the next round of qualifiers, hopefully.
Apologies for that. I just lost my audio. But Akash, what do you think India can do better? Because aren't they a little too reliant on a certain Sunil Chetri to get the goals for them?
They definitely are, and the sad part is we don't have a replacement for him. We have some young players coming through the ranks uh, who we think can replace him in the long term. But again, so hoping that they will be as good as Chetri is a bit of a long shot. Uh, I think we can work on this in a way where we can put the pieces together. We can have a team that is not reliant on one single person. I've been seeing a lot of discussion around Brandon Fernandez on my Twitter feed. I haven't been able to watch the game, unfortunately, because I was occupied with something else. But when I saw the Twitter feed regarding the India and Afghanistan game, I saw Brandon Fernandez's name being mentioned a lot because he is one player I really like a lot. He's played in Europe and he has got this charismatic presence as well on the field of play. So that is one player they can build the midfield around, and perhaps they can look for similar players in other positions as well. So I do believe that we can rebuild Sunil Shetty in different pieces. We just need to find out the right player for the right position, and I think Steamark is doing that. Coach Steamark is trying to find that formation and trying to build the team not on one individual but pieces squared up across the field, hopefully.
Right, Akash, but now we've got to move to Euro 2020. It's day 5 of Euro 2020 and it's the group of death, as I said earlier. First and foremost, we've got Portugal versus Hungary. Portugal, as we know, have been waiting for this contest for quite a while. They are the defending champions back in 2016 at the Stade de France. They beat the hosts 1-0, courtesy a goal from Eder. And it's quite a strong team that they've got. Qualifying was all right for them. In qualifying, they won 5, lost 1, drew 1, scored 2.8 goals. I conceded 0.8 goals per match. And now they've got quite a formidable lineup as well. João Felix would be one of the players to watch out for. So would be Ruben Dias, Bruno Fernandes. And of course, you've got CR7, who is a presence and possibly why Portugal have such a big fan following. Your thoughts on Portugal?
Portugal do look like they mean business. I just saw the lineup, the first 11, and you can say that they've got a world-class player in almost all the important positions. They've got, as you said, Ruben Diaz in central defense. They've got William Carvalho and Bruno Fernandes in the midfield. They've got Diogo Jota and Cristiano Ronaldo up front. So they've got a lot of firepower. Plus, they've got this balance in the team in the form of midfielders like Carvalho and Danilo. So it looks like a balanced squad to me, and it will be a tough team to beat.
Absolutely. But now up against them is Hungary. and they've got their task cut out in the group of death. It's never easy when you are a lesser fancy team and you're up against a group like this, where you've got the likes of Portugal, France, and Germany. As a team, how do you approach such a challenge? Because it definitely is. And in the past, actually many years ago, Hungary used to be quite a force in international football.
We've seen in this tournament itself, yesterday's game between Scotland and Czech Republic, no one was expecting Czech Republic to end up winning 2-0. So Scotland clearly were dominating the game since minute one, but they were able to score 2 goals and eventually ended up as winners. Uh, so it was difficult to take for the Scottish fans because they were hoping that the team would win. So football is a funny game. You never know, and you never say never, especially when you're a football fan. I've been following the game for so many years. Although when I look at Hungary, I don't really see a recognized name. The only name that I can sort of relate to is Peter Golakshi, who plays for Red Bull Leipzig in the Bundesliga. The other name that is there on the team sheet is Adam Bogdan, who's played in the Premier League for Bolton and Chelsea. So there are not a lot of recognized names on the team sheet, but neither did Czech Republic yesterday. So I mean, you never say never in these games, especially in tournaments like the Euros. Uh, they can cause an upset, but this game doesn't look like they're going to cause that much of an upset.
Right, but now we are going to talk about the blockbuster that's on at night, which is France versus Germany. We've got France, who are two-time Euro winners. They were world champion. They are the current world champions, reigning world champions. In 2016, they lost to Portugal in the final on home soil, but a formidable unit over there.
Very strong team, and I think they are my contenders to win the Euros this time around. They have, as I said, Portugal. If Portugal have got two players, world class player in every position, I think France have got three world class players in almost every position in their team. They've got world class defenders, they've got world class midfielders, they've got world class attackers, and they're so organized going forward in transition defense. It's a tough, not just a tough team to beat. I mean, you'd be lucky if you don't concede against France. So it's so much firepower coming off the bench as well. Players like uh, Ousmane Dembele, Marcus Thuram, sometimes even Olivier Giroud, they have to start from the bench and they are starters for their respective clubs. So you can imagine the type of talent that this team has. And on the other hand, Germany have been rebuilding. I think they've been in this rebuilding phase over the years. They have got some very good players, although they've got a Champions League winner in the form of Rudiger, just won with Chelsea. They've got one of the best goalkeepers in the world, Manuel Neuer. And in attack as well, they've got players like they've got Leroy Sané, they've got Timo Werner, they've got Toni Kroos in the midfield. So a lot of experience there. Plus, there's this a lot of young players who are coming through to play for them as well. So I would say Germany will go on and challenge France, but it's a tough one to call. You never know, as I said, in this game, especially in football. But France do look like the favorites to win this one.
Absolutely. And one of the main factors is Karim Benzema has also made a comeback after quite a while. And then this unit, just look at it. You've got Kante, Pogba, Mbappe, and this is just to name a few. A formidable side. They are in the peak of their powers. And, Benzema coming in has just given more teeth to the attack, if I may say.
Exactly. I mean, Benzema brings in so much experience, and I would never have thought that at his age, at this point in time, he would be still scoring goals. He scored so many goals for his club, although he did miss a lot of international games for France because he was banned due to some controversy that happened a few years ago. But he has been in top form since then. He hasn't dropped his form, so he's undroppable. Sir Alex Ferguson wanted to sign him for Man United, so goes on to show how good he is right now as well. As you said, you just look at the names on the team sheet and it's enough.
Exactly. And now, when we talk about Germany, they are aiming for a good send off for Joachim Low, who is, it's like an end of an era. He's been around since the end of Jurgen Klinsmann's time back in 2006. took them to great heights, built his team. Now he's overseeing this sort of a transition, but some motivation for them as well to give their long-standing coach a good farewell.
Absolutely. I think he's one of the greatest managers Germany have had the pleasure of managing the team. And then under him, they have played some very good football. The thrashing of Brazil in the World Cup, it's fresh in my mind like anything. And then that was proper humiliation of a world-class team by another world-class team. So he built this unit, as you said, around some players in the team. Again, a good combination of experienced players and as well as young players coming in. So he's done some. He has achieved a lot with this German team, and now it's time for him to go. His replacement is quite not bad too. He's won the Bundesliga. He's won the Champions League. He's won the German Cup. So Hansi Flick is a very good manager. I'm sure he's going to continue the legacy that Joachim Löw is leaving behind.
We've got key players that are Timo Werner, we've got Kai Havertz, we've got Thomas Muller, Toni Kroos. Good players. Hopefully, they will also produce the goods for them.
Very strong midfield there. You've got Ilkay Gundogan, they've got Emre Can coming on from the bench. So, I'm sorry, Gundogan, I think, will start the game. Can would mostly be on the bench. They've got Florian Neuhaus. They've got Joshua Kimmich, who plays for Bayern Munich. Some very good players. Timo Werner is very fast, although he was struggling with Chelsea when it came to finishing. But his movement off the ball is superb. It's on another level, and that is how Chelsea ended up scoring the Champions League final. So they will be a team to watch out for, and France cannot afford to take them lightly.
Absolutely, Akash, and this has been fantastic. We've got to wrap this up quickly because we are doing a very quick show today. We wanted to just look back at India versus Afghanistan and look forward to the two big games in the Euro 2020 today. And Akash, before you go, yes, what happened?
So I think India have just qualified for the next round. They've drawn the game with Afghanistan. That means they will qualify for the next round of the qualifiers.
Okay, that is good to know. Well done, India. And right now, I've got to ask you for predictions for the next next game, France versus Hungary. I would ask you what would be your scoreline for which side. Obviously, I'm sure Portugal are the favorites, but what would you say?
I'm going for a proper Portugal victory against Hungary. It's going to be a 3-0 proper thrashing of Hungary by Portugal. And for the next game for France against Germany, tough one to call, but again, I think France had this edge over Germany. I'm going for a 2-1 victory for France.
If that happens, that would be really amazing to watch. And yes, thank you so much, Akash, for joining us today. No quiz questions today, but we are going to be back on Knee Sports with a lot more on the Euro 2020. Remember, the World Test Championship in cricket is starting. The final is starting on Friday. We've also got something exciting lined up for that, which we will reveal later. But otherwise, do subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon for all the updates, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn for all the updates from the sports world. Bye for now and enjoy tonight's games.
Bye-bye. Take care.